gorgeous people of the Quantum Prosperity Program. This, for me, is one of my most exciting opportunities to talk about manifestation. And it's a rare opportunity for me to open this up to the public because I made a decision a little while ago that a lot of my manifestation conversations happened behind closed doors. They occur in the mentorship conversations on the calls in Alpha Femme Experience. They happen in the private calls in House of Oat. They happen in my high level masterminds. They are not just open up conversations because there is a cloud in the world right now where people misuse manifestation a lot. And I've realized that they give up their power and think they can just wish upon a star instead of honing their power and understanding the connection they have to everything in the infinite and beyond. And so I really want to make sure that when I am teaching manifestation, I'm teaching manifestation to the most connected people who are really connected to their power and are not just hoping and wishing that there's some sort of magic trick to turn their life around. And this is what this program is about. It's about your power. And it's about how you as an individual can go so much further by understanding what we're going to talk about in this program, not because it's a magic trick, but because it's like a remembrance of everything you came to this planet with. It's how it feels to me to teach this work. Now, we do have one small snafu today, which is that I have got a tickle fest in my throat, and every few minutes I go into a coughing fit. So the way I've normally done this program is it's like an hour transmission with time to contemplate, an hour transmission with time to contemplate, and I have readapted this program. Yesterday I sat and I was like, how do I organize this so that I can have the greatest delivery and you can have the greatest experience? And this will be a very unique round of Quantum Prosperity because there'll be a lot more time for contemplation, but instead of having 4 long segments, every time there's something I want you to contemplate, I'm going to stop and you're going to have a few minutes to think, which will give me time to drink my electrolytes from my fancy martini glass and just kind of calm my voice. It's also going to make it a really experiential thing for you because you're not going to be in your mind for a very long time. I'm going to give you pieces. You're going to sit with yourself. You're going to contemplate them, and we'll come back within a few minutes. And so it's going to be like this back and forth experience. If you don't have a pen and paper, if you don't have a notebook, I really appreciate, or I would really suggest, I saw Jessica's comment, thank you, I love you. If you wouldn't mind having a pen, a paper, because you're gonna wanna jot things down, and it feels really good in the breaks to just be able to free flow and write. It gets all the energy out. While we are talking, while I'm speaking to you in this program, I am going to suggest that you do something a little different than the way you normally learn. Instead of taking notes while I'm talking, I want you to absolutely imagine that this is just you and I want you to take the time to really think. And if you want to respond to me, respond in the comment section. I won't necessarily be reading all the comments while I'm live, but we are going to post the transcript to the group after. And so if you have amazing thoughts, if you want to post your thoughts, like use the chat as if you're talking back to me, as though it's you and I in a conversation. As much as possible, don't worry about the other comments and things like that. Really imagine it's you and I, because it's easy sometimes to watch a program, and even when I ask a question, to feel like it's a rhetorical question. There are no rhetorical questions in this program. I really want you to think about it. It's as if I'm talking to you one-on-one and I ask a question. You wouldn't just not respond and be like, oh, I thought you just wanted me to listen to you. Like, you'd answer back. And so I want this back and forth conversation with you. It's going to land so differently if you feel involved in the discussion. That's going to be an important part of the puzzle. Now, this is a very powerful program. This is the champagne bucket of the universe. And in the champagne bucket of the universe, there is all of your names. Every single person who's a participant of this program's name is in this bucket. And often throughout the program, I'm going to tickle you in the quantum field. And I'm going to just be putting energy inside the champagne bucket of the universe. At the end of this program, I am going to be pulling one name from this bucket, and that person is going to be wired. Like, I'm going to send a PayPal transfer right while we're on of $22,222 US is just going to land, boop, in, in your bank account. And so often I'm going to remind you that that is happening because I want you to stay in touch with the fact that there's a very real reality that by the end of this program, you're $22,220 richer just because. And that possibility is alive all throughout the program. Just tickle you for a minute. Can you feel that? So we're going to do that a bunch throughout the program so that you don't forget. What makes this so powerful, even more powerful than just a course that you're taking with your mind, is the fact that you're experiencing in real time the feeling that this could actually happen, that you could manifest something. And you're going to realize through this journey, some of the blocks you might still have, some of the things where you'd be like, I don't need it. Probably someone with less money than me should have it. Or I hope nobody that's already making six-figure months gets this. This would change my life. I deserve it. All the people that are rich, you don't put your energy in this. Don't pick them. They don't need it. I need it. Or this stuff never happens to me. It doesn't matter. I'm only here for the program. Doesn't matter. You know, whatever it is that we do to kind of manage our feelings around things that could happen for us, that'll probably happen in some way, shape, or form during this program, which is really amazing. It also shows up in the trying to pretend or trying to force yourself to believe my name is going to be pulled out of the bucket. I already feel it. I can already feel it. You know, like when you say it just so you're saying it so that hopefully you're pushing the odds, which is not just the quiet knowing. It's still the trying to demonstrate or trying to do everything you can to make sure you're the one that gets picked. So you're going to notice all of the things you feel like doing in this program, and that's really eye-opening within itself. So in order to get to where I want to take you, I have to build a process. I have to build an understanding of manifestation with you, because it's not just as simple as, and it could be as simple as like, here it is. But then I doubt that you would actually get a breakthrough. And that's not the point of this program. And so we are going to build together the most solid understanding of manifestation you've probably ever had. And we are going to end it with a brand new opening that's going to basically double your access to the quantum field in this program. So take a deep breath, have a sip of electrolytes in my fancy martini glass. Okay, here is where we begin. Manifestation is something that is a co-creation between the unknown and the known. It's the simplest way we could possibly explain it. It means that something isn't there, and then all of a sudden it is. But there are different degrees of manifestation. You can manifest something that should be there, could be there, is supposed to be there sooner. And you can manifest something that has absolutely no chance on earth of existing, and all of a sudden it's there. And those are different skills. So if you did imagine, for just the fun of it, that we are magicians, it'd be the difference between slightly moving a Cheerio or getting your Amazon package arrive 20 minutes earlier, just in time before you got in the shower. It's perfect timing, manifestation, yeah. Versus you completely skyrocketed your financial situation, manifested a partner that felt like impossible to manifest, changed your health like this, like a miracle. Those are very different manifestations. It takes a different power to move something that makes no sense than it does to get something happen a little sooner. But it's all the same kind of thing. And so we call this manifestation. We call all of it manifestation. Now, for the purpose of this program, I'm going to talk to you about two very different kinds of manifestation, two different kinds of energetics. We're going to talk about quantum energetics, and we're going to talk about kinetic energetics. And so kinetic energetics are very much the tangible, physical, what you can see, what you can touch, what you can feel, what you can apply a force on, what you're very connected to, energetics. And quantum energetics are what you can't explain. They're so far beyond your explanation, your understanding, that it's just like, if we could understand like how stars have light years versus how you turn on a switch in your house, like kinetic energy, one is still like, how do you just turn a light on? That's kind of spectacular. But also, how are you looking at a star that's that old and it's burning and your eyes can see it. How is that possible? Two different energies, one that feels like quantum, one that feels like you have an impact on it. And why this is important is because you will find throughout this conversation that you have a lot more ease believing one or the other, depending on how your nervous system is wired. Some people believe a lot more in the kinetic and some people believe a lot more in the quantum. It feels like they believe more in God, Mother Nature, the universe, or they believe more in themselves, their power, and what change they can affect onto their lives. Either way, manifestation is taking something that's not there and all of a sudden having it be there. And that is what most of us are wanting when it comes to manifestation. I want to manifest a partner, a financial situation, health, a house, a new pet, a job. Like I want to manifest more viewers, more clients, more visibility, a book publisher. I want to manifest front cover of a magazine. I want to manifest child. I want to manifest a best friend. I want to manifest something that I don't see right now. And then it's going to be there. And then there's also manifestation beyond what your brain can comprehend. And we're going to talk about that today. This program is called Quantum Prosperity and not just manifestation, because there's a very special conversation I want to have with you today, one that entirely, completely changed the way I live. And so why I'm most excited to teach this program is because this feels like an opportunity to like open my energetic making. I think that what makes Alpha Femme, what makes me now, a lot of it is the way my mind works, is the way I think differently, the way I can hold myself in different situations. And there are specific things in my life that have helped me build this belief, this ability, and I want to share this with you in this program. This is a big part of why I love this program so much. My hope is that you use this program to open up your mind. Not that you take it like a magic trick, but more so that you're like, huh, if I were to think about life like that, then what could happen for me? And what if I actually lived by this? And what if I could actually hold that? Because just that opens up another field of possibility for you in your life. So I want you to relax into this program, knowing you have a full year to watch it over and over and over and over and over again, and knowing that you can't mess it up today. There's no pressure. This is really just you and me having a conversation about what most people will never, ever talk about. And there's something pretty cool about that. So we're going to start with the distinction between the human experience and the cosmic energetic experience. And we're going to say that being a human is an interesting experience because we get 100 years if we're lucky. And there are phases of being a human, and we are not fully formed for a lot of those really important phases. So we don't even fully remember a lot of our most formative years. A lot of them were not even any of our business. We were being taught by these master parents or carers, whoever we had as guides, how to be a human. Whether they were excellent at it or not had nothing to do with it. No one tested their ability to be the one to show us. They were just the ones we came through for, and they showed us how to be a human. So some of the first things that we had to do as a human on the planet is we needed to come in and first gain enough structure to form outside of the womb. So when we were born, we were not even complete. Our head was mushy. We didn't have teeth yet. Our hearing wasn't right. We couldn't see properly. Like you either had a bottle or a boob, and that was basically it. Everything else was whatever you felt as you were fully forming yourself. There was nothing you could do. Nothing. You had to continue forming. So this is a very interesting piece of the puzzle because it's like the first part of our journey as a human is to continue to form. We don't have to do anything. The next phase of our journey, we needed to learn to develop a little bit. This is where we learn to walk and talk. And scientists, doctors give children approximately 2 years, like 18 months to 2 years, to manage to do that properly. That's the regular timeline. But you didn't know you had that timeline. You didn't know time whatsoever. And no one grabbed your legs and showed you how to walk. You had to just watch other people do it and try to figure it out. Same thing with talking. People talked, you modeled. And whatever accent your parents had or your caregivers had, you came out with the same accent or close to.